Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to take a drive down one of Fresno's historic boulevards, and it's actually quite a piece of history. It's called Kearney Boulevard. It goes right from downtown Fresno all the way out to the city of Kerman. It's about a 15-mile drive, and what it was a driveway for Theodore Kearney, who was in the 1800s. He was a land developer out there, and he's a real weird guy from what I understand. There's a park there that was his yard, and in the yard there's a mansion, and he was supposed to have been, not many people know a lot about him, but he's supposed to be pretty eccentric. He had like a bunch of people working for him. He had a company store where he had to use his currency, and he had this boulevard paved with, or lined with palm trees. And here we are. This is the gates of Kearney Boulevard here. You can see the Art Deco sign, Kearney Boulevard, and here we go. You can see it's a beautiful street. It's one of my favorite places in town. Right over here, I'll give you a little more history. That church right there, St. Alphonsus Church. I made my first communion there when I was a kid. St. Alphonsus. Some of you might remember the Frank Zappa song about St. Alphonsus pancake breakfast. Well, there it was. That was St. Alphonsus. They had a pancake breakfast there too. I think they did. Heck, I don't know. That was a long time ago. But anyways, there's an old airport there, Kearney, or Chandler Airport. I mean, it's called. And it's a private airport with private planes. They don't have any commercial flights. They might have like maybe some commercial cargo flights there. I don't know if they still do or not. Kind of thing's not as popular as it used to be. My father had a little airplane for a while, and he used to park it out there. And I remember one time when I was probably about 12 or 13, 14, and I was washing the airplane, and these guys came with these Kawasaki 900s, and they had them fill their gas tanks up with airplane fuel, high octane airplane fuel. And the bikes just, I mean, they just roared, man. I know that was a weird noise, but I always like it out here. I grew up kind of near out here, and this is kind of a little area of my youth. And as you can see, the palm trees. We'll go down to the park. We'll ride the whole distance. We'll go down to the park. We'll drive around the park. We'll look at the mansion. We'll look at the mansion, and then we'll ride through the park, make one quick pass through the park, and then we'll go the other way on the boulevard out to Kerman. But it's only palm trees out to Kerman half the way. Uh-oh, somebody's house burned down here. Half the way. I mean, they're sporadic after that. Makes a little curve here. I don't know why. The street that we're on, that street ahead of us there, it goes all the way and meets up with Kearney again. Maybe he just didn't want to be bored on his driveway. This is really nice here. There's nice homes out here. Older homes. Yeah. The amazing Kearney Boulevard. I really like riding down this road, man. Especially on a day like today. It's 69 degrees out. And that's nice for here. In January, it's 69 degrees out in January. But it's great, you know, it's great taking a ride like this. I had, over the summer, I had some heart trouble. I was in the hospital for about 4 days. And I was sick for about, probably 2 months without really knowing what was wrong. And it's hard to get any doctor help because of the virus. And the only way I could find any real solitude was riding my bike. And then after I got really sick and had to go to the hospital, I couldn't ride anymore because I was getting dizzy, and I had dizzy spells. I passed out a few times, and I couldn't ride at all. I really missed it. And then, but for a while there, you know, I wasn't feeling well before I went to the hospital, and I'd ride the bike, and I'd, you know, for an hour or however long I'd ride, I just felt, you know, great, you know, no cares. I'm glad I could do it again. It's a simple pleasure of life. And it doesn't matter, you know, what you're riding. You know, if you're riding a sport bike or chopper, bobber, bagger. Got them two wheels, man. Engine down there between your knees. Doesn't get any better than that. So we're coming up on the park here in a minute. And like I said, the park was Theodore Kearney's driveway. And Theodore Kearney was, like I said earlier, he's kind of a weird guy. Never had anybody visit him. Never had any. He had one lady visitor. And that was the famous actress Lily Langtry. Now, if you guys don't know who Lily Langtry is, if you ever watched that movie, The Life and Time of Judge Roy Bean, starring Paul Newman, he was obsessed with Lily Langtry. And I guess in real life, Judge Roy Bean was obsessed with Lily Langtry. And she was a real famous... here's the park right here. She was a real famous, you know, stage actor, because, you know, in the 1800s they didn't have movies, so she was a real famous stage actress, and Judge Roy Bean was obsessed with her. In fact, he kind of had a little dedication on his courthouse out in front of his courthouse to Lily Langtry, and she was the only female visitor to ever visit Theodore Kearney. I think she was the only visitor. She for sure was the only female visitor. And so he was quite prominent, you know. But this was his yard. See, it's a real nice Well, this is a nice little ride too, riding through this park. It's only about half a mile from my house. There's another park in town called Roding Park, and they filmed some of the Wild One at Roding Park. Someday I'll ride through there and we'll look at where you can see the part where he's chasing that girl through the park. Well, that's Marlon Brando's chasing the girl through the park. That's Roding Park. But this is Kearney Park. Nice place to have a picnic. They got a bunch of cork trees and eucalyptus trees. It's an old park. It's been here for many years. Well, this is his driveway from the 1800s. I come out to this parking lot and practice rudiments out here. It's probably how I got my tire cut. It's probably what I got that hole in my tire. There's a little glass out here sometimes. Anyways, we're coming up on the mansion, which was a home of M. Theodore Kearney. Farmer, land developer. Nobody really knows where he came from either, you know. I mean, he was an immigrant. He came from England. They know that, but they don't know much about him. They don't know where he got all his money. He was had several thousand acres out in this area. It's a fun road to ride. It's a fun place to be. This park is. Not a lot of people come out here anymore. Like back in the 70s, got a little bit of a bad name because this is a county park, so they allowed alcohol here, and people would come out here and drink a lot, and there'd be a lot of fights. And imagine that way out here. But now it's pretty quiet. See all the palm trees and wish this guy would speed up. I don't want to go around him because this is be kind of rude. There's only a 15-mile-an-hour speed limit here. Come on, man, you're killing me. Maybe he thinks I'm a cop. I bet you he thinks I'm a cop. Yeah, see how he turned his turn signal on real way back here? Can I see your license and registration, sir? All right. That was the Kearney Park, the Kearney Mansion. And now you can see the palm trees there, the palm trees there. We're going to go out to Kerman. We'll take the other side of the boulevard. Go the other direction. Going this way, they didn't take as good a care of it going this way. It's the palm trees are sporadic. Well, all right, friends, that's it. Nice ride today. One thing you always got to do, though, is you always should clean your windshield off right after the ride, because old bugs I took some bugs here. Well, bugs get nasty on there, and they dry out. I don't know. It's just something I like to do when I'm done. Plastic doesn't hold up as well as glass. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the ride today, and more to come. I've got some reviews coming up I'm going to do on some things, and maybe go riding with some friends next week, and a few things lined up for everybody. Said this channel is just getting started, so I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button and the subscribe button and the little bell so that you'll get notified when I post a new video. Excuse me while I clean this thing off here. But I won't multitask. But keep riding and keep enjoying yourselves, and keep me in mind when you do your YouTube watching, and tell your friends. And once again, hit subscribe, hit like, leave a comment, hit the bell so that you know when I'm going to be online again, when I'm going to be downloading some videos. And thank you very much. We'll see you soon.